Well, gentlemen, Alex Jesaulenko is now signed. We hope to get a clearance from Carlton one day next week, and Alex will start training with us as soon as that clearance comes through.
Only a few moments ago, the respective presidents, Lindsay Fox and Ian Rice, announced publicly, and very happily I think, that Jezza is now officially a saint. And now the moment that all saints have waited for, the official handing over of the Guernsey by Jeff Cunningham. Jeff has agreed to give up his journey, that Guernsey, that famous number 25, to Alex. Over to you, Jeff.
Alex, I'd like to welcome you to the St Kilda Football Club. Although I've got some affection for number 25, I'd like you to have it.
Thank you very much, Jeff, and this just shows the spirit that's at St Kilda at the moment.
Alex Jesaulenko, the man who walked out of Carlton 4 months ago, is the new coach of St Kilda. Mike Patterson was sacked today after just 2 losing matches, and club officials appointed Jezza for 2 years. Today's announcement stunned the football world, which expected Patterson to hold the job at least until the end of this football season. There was little warning when club chairman Lindsay Fox called the news conference and explained why Patterson was out and Jesaulenko was in.
Mike's had 2 years, as you know, and we continued Mike's contract on for the start of the 3rd year. And I felt it was crazy having last year's premiership coach here as a player and not really giving the true value of what he was worth in the aspect of coaching ability. And I discussed this morning, and you now have the result.
You said he resigned. Did you ask him to resign?
Yes, I asked Mike to resign.
Patterson, and it wasn't hard to guess his replacement.
Nobody likes defeat, and nobody at St Kilda will want to accept defeat from here on in.
Did you ask Mike Patterson for his resignation this morning?
Yes, I spoke to Mike this morning, and Mike was quite prepared to resign in the interests of St Kilda Football Club.
Well, you said before he made mistakes. Were those mistakes simply losing?
There's no question about it. We can't afford to lose. We're trying to get a new breed of people at St Kilda that have a tremendously strong desire to win.
And the new coach of St Kilda, Alex Jesaulenko. Alex, you've been the centre of 2 of the biggest football upsets in many years. Have you got to rekindle enthusiasm for football with this latest appointment?
Well, I certainly have. It came sooner than expected, Stephen. I expected to stay in football, play football, at least for this year and maybe next year, and kind of wait around for a coaching position to come along.
Do you feel a bit sorry for Mike Patterson? You've been through the same sort of thing just a brief while ago.
Yes, but the past is the past, Stephen. And
taken away by the brilliant and effervescent Carmen. Kicks it up towards centre-half forward. It's a mark to St Kilda. Jezza.
On the half-back line, Ian, named at full forward. He kicks in towards the centre of the ground.
Through the ball, picked up by Bennett. Bennett now kicks it wide to the flank, looking for Stephen Robbins. Jesaulenko, right in the centre of the ground, shafted off him. And a 15-metre penalty. Now Jezza, show the team what to do. He has. It's right down towards the full forward position. Over the head of the pack almost. Coming in to pick it up as Barker. A snap. Goal! Chance for Essendon. Dunnell. Muir's with him. Knocks it out to teammate. Jezza's there. Thumped in the back. And the umpire says a free kick to Jesaulenko. Well, I think that was pretty obvious. Jezza, short passes across to Jeff Saru. There were 3 St Kilda players.
Watson wants to play on. Now it is play on. He gets around Dunwell. Into full forward. Jesaulenko captaining this St Kilda defence to a T. Judged it perfectly then. Now Bromberg. Andrews fighting on well though. Jesaulenko hasn't lost too much of the magic as he gives it to Bromberg.
Cunningham, this number 5 Guernsey throws me with him. He sends it to centre-half forward. Jezza!
What a magnificent mark by the master. Absolute desperation coming from nowhere.
Ty will ball it up, and this will add a few more seconds to the time. Defeated Essendon by 3 points. And look at Jezza. There he is, the new king of Marana.
celebration.
Jezza, can we just have you for a few seconds? Lindsay, we're on television at the moment. Congratulations, Jezza. How do you feel?
Oh, fantastic. It's good that these guys know they can win. And it's about time they started winning.
Well, Lindsay, it's your birthday today. You couldn't have a better birthday present.
It's fantastic. That's what it's all about.
Stone on the left foot, hooks it back towards Jesaulenko and McCormack. Jesaulenko! What a mark!
Let's go down to Doug Wade in the St Kilda dressing rooms now with Alex Jesaulenko.
Jez, we're just talking off camera. You're fairly happy with a lot of the young players.
Yes, I was fairly happy with the performance overall, except for that third quarter. But still, we have a lot of inexperienced players, and North had a lot of experience where just little things counted at that stage, and we were 2 or 3 goals behind, and it became a sort of a tight game, and it's where that experience counted at the finish, and they got away, and we couldn't make the leeway up.
The Elphinstone on that back line, we're talking just a couple of moves. Elphinstone on the back line was a good player for you?
Yes, Robbie's a kid from the under-19s. Mark Kellett at centre-half forwards, just a kid from the under-19s.
You've switched. Has he played at the forward line before?
Yes, in the junior ranks.
Right.
But we've been trying him in the back line because Mark is one of those guys who gives everything he's got. Whatever he's got inside of him, he gives. And we've been falling down at centre-half forward. I've been playing there, but I'm not tall enough. And we've tried Eric Clark, and we've tried even our ruckman there, but it hasn't worked. So we thought, well, we'll give Mark a go there, because Mark really tries at everything. He has played the position before, and he did fairly well tonight.
Can you work on Mark Scott? He looks as though he's got something here to work on to me.
Yes, well, we've got a target to kick to down there. And they can keep jumping in all night, but Mark, with his height, can take 2 or 3. If he gets 4 kicks a game, well, there's 88 goals a year, which is not bad. Sure. If he kicks those 4 goals, there's 88 goals a year. Now, he's got to work on that. Plus, he's got to work on getting his body bigger and stronger so he can hold his ground. Now, they're the sort of things you do during the summer, not during the footy season. That's what we'll be working on during the summer.
Okay, Alex, all the best for Saturday.
Thank you, Doug.
Okay.
Blake is at the back. Goes for the fist, but he pushes it right down deep into the forward zone. A chance for Duperouzal to snare it. He does so beautifully. Jezza into the open goal. Vital kick this is, Sandy. The margin, 3 points, favouring Geelong. We have just entered time on. The drop punt from coach Jesaulenko. And there's not a lot of crowd noise.
Knockout once again, grabbed by Cunningham. Long kick, 1-out battle here. Jesaulenko goes back, and a clever mark taken by Alex Jesaulenko. Outmanoeuvred Worthington there, right in the goal square. And Jess has been fairly quiet in the last couple of quarters. Has kicked 2 goals early in the game. Should make no mistake about his third. Yes, right through the centre.
Up there towards Breen coming out. That's ball punched away by Southby. Knocked to the ground. Grabbed by Martin. He's grabbed by Jesaulenko.
St Kilda not giving up as Carlton handballs to himself. In there is Cunningham. It gives it beautifully out towards Dunn. Dunn can go for a bit of a run. Oh, he's dropped it. Dunn is pushed in the back up. Play on to the umpire. Jesaulenko a stop for goal. It's there. Great goal to Jesaulenko. His second. Satori back to Jesaulenko. Half forward, flag a short pass. Can he find his teammate? He can. Picked up by Folletti.
Back up towards half forward, not much there. Cunningham again. He's been a sterling player for the Saints. Up to Jesaulenko was good play. Over the top to Folletti. Oh yes, great passage by the Saints. Cunningham the initiator again. And quick thinking by Jesaulenko to work the ball onto Folletti.
First of all to you, Alex. Now your team, you played as well as I've seen the team play in the first quarter. It was a great effort.
Yes, unfortunately they couldn't keep that going. What I did say that the next quarter was going to be harder than the first quarter. I knew they couldn't keep that sort of standard going, but they had to fight it out. And I was a little bit disappointed with their second quarter, although a couple of South Melbourne players kept them in it.
When the team starts to get a run on, as South Melbourne did yesterday, what do you advise them, you know, how do you advise your team to try and curtail the movement of that?
Well, you try to pick players to stop certain other players from doing things, and Browning and Teaser. I had to change Saru on a Teaser and put Barker on a Browning, a good player, another good player, to try to stop them from getting that run.
Yes.
And then...
And does that normally upset your own balance, or can it upset the balance?
Sure, when you've got a young side like that, it does.
Yeah.
It upsets your flow. So, but we have to stop the opposition as well.
Yeah.
So by doing that, we can contain them for a while, but then our flow stop them and they keep on going.
How did you feel the umpires were going through the match?
Well, I have nothing to say about it. That's right, the best way.
You find that's the best way. Well, now, Alex, your team looked excellent, and then they did fall apart a bit. You can say that you had to reconstruct it. Do you feel that you've found sufficient players to go on, you know, and become a power?
We need some extra players, Bob. We need some bigger players and some more running players, 2 or 3 more running players. But out of the 16 games we've played, we've won 4. 3 I dismissed because we were thrashed by 100 points or so, and the other 9 games we've had a chance of winning.
Yes.
So we're not that far away, but we still need a bit more height and a few more running players.
And can you see those, you know, you've recently brought a new scheme in, a junior development scheme. Can you see anything working along those lines at the moment? You know, can any of the fellas report back and say, I found a couple of boys or anything like that?
Bob, that's going to take a few years yet.
Yeah.
They're going and they're going and surveying the whole area of the young kids, and they're 13, 14-year-olds. Now, these are not going to come through. These kids are not going to come through for another 2 or 3 years. But that's the way that St Kilda are looking at things, and I think that's the only way they can go.